Hey, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for West Ham against Nottingham Forest. An absolutely gargantuan game in the Premier League, this one. This is monstrous. This is a six-pointer if ever I've seen a six-pointer. It's El Sacico. It's Nuno against his former side. Nuno against Marinakis. Dyche. 1 win in 6, 5 defeats in 6. West Ham haven't won since Burnley in the early part of November. It's two teams under massive, massive pressure. Two managers under massive pressure. And honestly, it could well be that one manager loses his job after tonight. Maybe both. Who knows? But let me know in the chat what you think. It's a really, really exciting one. I think tonight, because I think we're going to see goals. I think we're going to see two teams really going for it until maybe the last 15 minutes. I think if we get to the last 15 minutes and it's a draw, I don't think either team gambles. I think both teams probably look at it and go, well, we can't afford to lose it. But I think for the first hour, we will see chaos in this game. I think we'll see a fast start. I think we'll see both teams having a really, really good go. And I think we'll see goals. That's my opinion anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe it's going to be extra cagey. Who knows? But, yeah, I am going for a West Ham. I was going to say West Ham win, but I don't know if I can do it. I love you lots, 3-star, but I don't know if I can do it. I think it might well be a West Ham or draw. I can't see Forest winning. I'll say that. I really can't see Forest winning. Finners Matty says, do you think West Ham's new strikers will do well in the Prem? Well, I mean, I don't see why not. It's going to be interesting to see what they make of the Prem. I mean, sometimes people adapt quite quickly. Obviously, Castellanos starting tonight. And they've got Pablo on the bench, of course. Pablo, he didn't even get off the bench against Wolves. But he has scored in his last 2 appearances in Portugal, hasn't he? Against Arouca and against Rio Ave. So Pablo could come off the bench at some point. I would imagine he will. Tati Castellanos has been a very, very experienced player for Lazio and done very, very well at them for a number of years now. So, yeah, Castellanos up front with Somerville and Bowen either side of him. Lucas Paquetá just behind. Soucek and Fernandes sitting. And it's a back 4 of Walker-Peters, Scarles, Todibo, Mavropanos and Areola in goal. For Forest, it's Sells, Williams, Murillo, Milenkovic, Aina, and then it's Dominguez and Elliot Anderson with Gibbs-White in midfield, Hudson-Odoi and Hutchison either side of Igor Jesus. So, there you go. They are the two teams. It's going to be a weird, weird setup. No Wood, no Yates, no Sangari, no Ndoye, no John Victor, no Willy Bolly. Callum Wendo on the bench, but allegedly he's going. There's been a move already agreed. So, chaos. Chaos abound here. Right, have I been unsuspended now? What's the crack? Have I been actually suspended, or am I still? I don't know if I'm allowed to go live. No. Yeah, can't go live. Live access suspended. Appeal not approved. Okay, fair enough. Right, well, that's done. I'm going to have to put a note on TikTok for people to just know that I'm... live for West Ham. Right, there you go. Sorted. Sorry. Shell, what are you suspended for now, Keith? Someone mentioned Tolga and his bloody betting, and it just, all of a sudden TikTok just went, as soon as you talk about it, it just goes off. 3-star Red says, choose your words wisely, Mr. T. We are still the A team after that 3-0 win at Anfield. No doubt. And Sarah says, what did you get banned for? Yeah, it was just betting talk. I didn't even talk. Basically, TikTok think you're promoting gambling every 5 minutes, which I'm not. I've actually refused multiple gambling sponsors over the duration of this channel. Although it's money at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know. We might have to do something with them at some point. But, yeah, I don't promote gambling on the channel, or haven't promoted gambling on the channel for some time. But, yeah, every 5 minutes TikTok gives you a suspension for it anyway. But I figured if I'm going to be, I might as well make some money off it if I can do it. If I'm going to be accused of it, I might as well. Leicester's Glory says, Forest score, Dyche will go 8-2-1. Look at the pitch. Look at that pitch. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Twisted Fate, how's it going, Key? Ivory Coast are dismantling Burkina Faso. They were always going to. Ivory Coast were always sailing through there, I think. Sir, exactly, I would do. I mean, to be honest, sir, I've really tried not to. I've had people approach and say, "Will you sell dodgy shirts?" Which these aren't, by the way. But will you sell dodgy shirts on your channel? Will you do gambling and all that? And I've really every time I've gone no. And like I said, I've promoted charities for the most part, but what can you do? Leicester's Glory says, at least don't gotta watch Kilman. No Kilman for West Ham. Right, so last 5 for this one, by the way, because I was looking at the head-to-heads earlier. West Ham and Forest have got a bit of a back and forth, I guess. West Ham won at Forest earlier in this season. We did that game. Forest then won at West Ham last season. They beat them home and away last season. And then the year before that, West Ham won at home. Forest won at home. So there's very much in the last kind of 5. I think in the last 5, it's West Ham have won 2, Forest have won 3. But in the last 6, it's West Ham have won 3, Forest have won 3. So they're very much back and forth. The odds, the form table would suggest that this is a Forest win today. Cecil Peoples, how does it feel to be the panto villain for Arsenal fans? It feels great. It feels amazing. I love it. Sarah, are you happy about it or not bothered? Who, me? Oh, Twisted Fate. He's apparently going to be caretaker, Sarah. Oh, are we on about Solskjaer? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I want Xavi Shell. Came out that he's open to it if United aren't bothered about the Prem experience. Xavi to United. What, as a caretaker, you mean? Or I mean, I'm sure he would love that job. I'm sure he would love that opportunity. But I'm sure there's got to be a... Do you not think there's going to be an element of Xavi maybe being a little bit concerned about what's going on behind him, like Wilcox and Barada? If they were telling Amorim that you have to play a certain formation, I don't think Xavi would be happy with that. Xavi's not going to be happy with that, is he? Air Force One, deluded Key Thomas. That's me, allegedly. Taylor Hives, how come no live on TikTok, Key? I've been suspended, mate, again, betting, allegedly, for gambling, promoting gambling on TikTok. So yeah, no live on TikTok. I'm over on YouTube as always, but no live on TikTok. For 3 days now, I am only live on YouTube. Cecil says, would you ever go on one of these debate channels? The banter would be pretty funny and entertaining. Absolutely. Yeah. Which debate channels are you talking about? I'd quite happily do it, mate. I've got my own. I've got my own talk show. Listen to me. I do talk shows pretty much every day. I'm trying to work it so it goes out on YouTube and TikTok. At the minute, it's only on TikTok. But yeah, I do a lunchtime kind of phone in, I guess, where people can talk about whatever they want to talk about with me, and you don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to be you don't have to have your own channel. I don't care. I'll talk football with anyone and everyone. I don't mind. Leicester Glory, Ollie appointment is so dumb. He was sacked by his players. Shaw, Bruno, Maguire, Dalot were included in that. Yeah, and now they're going to have to work with him again, even if it's just short term. That's it. But yeah, I agree. It's going to be mad, isn't it? It's going to be mad. I don't know how they respond to that. Right, here we go. We're nearly at kickoff now. Cecil says football's 12th man, Terry Flewers, etc. Terry Flewers has contacted me a few times, actually. He's messaged me not that long ago and said, would you like to be part of the terrace? But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll talk footy with anyone, mate. Tony says he's still going for the 2-2 draw tonight, Key. I think Forest will win it 3-1. I don't think Forest have got a win in them tonight. I really fancy West Ham. I think 2-2. Yeah. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think Forest are going to be struggling tonight. West Ham. Oh, it's so tough to call. I don't think either team can afford to lose it though. Score prediction and goal scorers. I'm going 2-2. Goal scorers, Castellanos and Bowen. And for Forest, Igor Jesus and Gibbs White. Leicester to Glory says, I don't think any manager could fix United though. Amorim had him 6th. Says one thing about higher ups and gets booted. It's true enough. And Twisted Fate says, the issue with United is, like you say, Key, Wilcox, etc. Bringing an Enrique or Xavi will be great, but high probability of failure due to the board. And Jake says, hi, Key, score prediction for this massive game in the relegation battle. 2-2 for me, mate. Shell, hope Smokey's doing better. Big hugs. He's a little bit better. I think it's just him adapting to the fact that there's not fireworks going off. But, I think he's been nervous since Bonfire Night, and it was obviously going off again at New Year's. And isn't it Chinese New Year's again soon? I'm sure Chinese New Year's happens again at some point in January. Does it? I can't remember. So there's probably going to be fireworks going off again soon. Milenkovic, Murillo, Anderson, Gibbs White. Those three, the jewels in the Nottingham Forest crown. Is there any way that any of those could be tempted away before the end of the season? Maybe in January, do you think? Omar, how's it going, Omar? Good to see you, mate. How are you fancying this game? What do you think? What's your prediction for this one? And Elder, how's it going, Elder? It is soon Chinese New Year. I thought it was, isn't it? Isn't it back end of January, Chinese New Year? Don't know what year it is. Is it Year of the Rat? What year is it today? What year is it today? What year is it Chinese New Year? Chinese New Year 2026. 17th of February it is. What is the Chinese New Year this year? Year of... Is it the Year of the Horse? It's the Year of the Fire Horse. The Year of the Fire Horse begins and ends with a ring of fire. An annular solar eclipse in Antarctica in 2026 and in South America and West Africa in 2027. And apparently, the Chinese zodiac, the fire horse, is the luckiest horse. So 2026 is, as far as the Chinese are concerned, an absolutely fantastic year. It's going to be a really, really lucky year if you're Chinese or if you're into that sort of thing, apparently. There you go. Hey, you don't get that on Sky Sports. We're talking about the Chinese New Year. Twisted Fate says, puts 60 on my son's Xbox thinking he'd be smart and buy a game. Nope, spent it all on Roblox. Roblox is a scam. Always some skin. They want my kids addicted to Topps cards instead. Another scam. Sam Giles says Thursday's going to be fire. Thursday I'll be live, mate. We'll be there. We will be there. And Jake says, I'm going for a 2-1 Forest win. I can't see West Ham getting anything tonight. Chalk chart, horse years, Sarah. Oh shit, £60. My youngest only wanted 80. Cost 99p. Shell, not the year of the Anthony Gordon. 6-1 to Forest, says Davey. We're off. Here we go. Early goal in this one. What do we think? I need cards. I need cards. Three-star, don't mention horse and forest in the same sentence. It always ends in JT17, 1-1 or 2-1 either way. Twisted Fate, I was born, year of the wood pig. Wood pig by name, wood pig by nature. Forest over the top here. Juventus have scored against Sassuolo. There's been a goal in Serie A. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Hey, bro, hope you're having a good week or so far. Chilled Tuesday vibes. Who do you think's going to win? Can't see West Ham winning after losing to Wolves. Good to have you in the chat first off, Josh. Really good to have you back in, mate. Who do I think's going to win? I think it's a draw. I'm sitting on the fence. But I think if anyone wins it, it's West Ham. The way the game started, though, it's Forest. Forest have started really brightly. Cecil says, thoughts on Osimhen's tantrum at the AFCON? I've not heard much about it. Hasn't he stormed out and said, obviously we were live earlier today for Algeria against Democratic Republic of Congo. They're in! They're in! Here's Tati Castellanos! Hit it! Oh, it's going to be a corner. Yeah, we were live earlier today for Algeria v Congo. Funnily enough, by the way, that is our record most viewed live on the channel. We have previously done, our record was yesterday's game, Egypt against Benin. That was 43,000. We've just done over 100,000, the first over 100,000 stream on this channel. Absolutely massive. So huge win, that one, really, to be honest. But for the worst game we've probably watched on the channel, bizarrely. So, yeah. SPL, Rangers 0, Aberdeen 0 still. Trying to catch up with this Osimhen rant. But as far as I'm aware, didn't he say that he's not going to play for the national team again? Is that right? Something along them lines. Let me have a look. Victor Osimhen. Yeah, and Didi shrug off Osimhen's temper tantrum, but it's becoming a pattern. He is my brother, says Ademola Luckman. Oh, it was after the Mozambique game. On-field meltdown. He was booed off the pitch after demanding to be substituted following a heated confrontation with teammate Ademola Luckman. The incident erupted in the 63rd minute with Nigeria 3 up and Osimhen on a hat-trick when he berated Luckman for not passing him the ball. Oh, honestly, what an absolute ratbag. Seriously. Yeah, can't be bothered with that. Honestly, if he said I don't want to play for Nigeria again, all right, mate, no worries. West Ham and Callum Wilson have agreed to cancel his contract. He's a free agent. They've cancelled his contract, West Ham. Could he go to somewhere else, maybe? I wonder if he's like maybe an Everton signing. Everton could do with a centre-forward. Callum Wilson would suit Everton, wouldn't he, Shell? FCB, yes, Shell, couple of big prezzies. Tickets to see Paul Simon at Liverpool at the M&S Arena. Wow, nice. Kezi89, come on, you Irons. I think West Ham have got it today, mate. I'm with you. Alex, evening key. Good to see you on YouTube. Good to see you, Alex. Thanks for crossing over. I've been suspended on TikTok for allegedly promoting gambling. We didn't talk about gambling at all, but TikTok's like a hair trigger. Goliath, hi key. How's it going? I'm doing well, mate. How are you? More importantly. And Kezi, big up the Hammers family. Come on, you Irons, for this one, maybe. Sean Dyche is happy with the tackle in there from Forest. Shell, I read about that for Wilson. Where do you think he goes next? Hope everyone's good. Hammer till I die. Good to see you, Kezi. 3-star Red says, after this game, our next Premier League game is against the team we cannot mention from North London at the City Ground. Spurs? Alex Macklin, who's going to win the AFCON? I can't see anyone other than Senegal winning it. I just think in terms of, I just feel like ability-wise, they've got too much. Nigeria have been terrific. Cameroon have been good. Ivory Coast have been good. There's quite a few. Obviously, you can't rule out Egypt either. Somerville strike. Good save. JT17 Jaden says, I hate West Ham now. Nobody does that to my Wilson. And Leicester's Glory says, hopefully we get him. Save us from Dakar ball. Goliath, I'm good, mate. Would like to see a Forest win. Why a Forest win? Liam Vernon, hi Key, how's it going? Good to see you, Scottish GHK. Tony Peter says, Callum Wilson to Wolves. Yeah, Liam Vernon says Callum Wilson's on his way out of West Ham. He's been released on a free transfer. West Ham have confirmed that they have ended his contract by mutual agreement. They've let him go. He's going to go on a free. La Pulga says, your opinion on the reports of Chiesa possibly going back to Juve? Delighted, honestly, delighted with it. He's not a player that we can rely on. He's basically our right wing Joe Gomez. I like him a lot in terms of his application. He always puts 110% in. But he's not a player Liverpool can rely on in terms of competing at the very, very top. He's done very well at Liverpool. He's won a title. He's played in a good side. But there was a reason he was... in the nicest possible way, in the nicest, most blunt possible way, there was a reason he was 12 million quid. He's not really ever done it for Liverpool. He's never been able to be relied on. He's a good player, but he's not an absolutely top quality player, and we need better coming off the bench. So for me, Chiesa, it's probably better suited for him to go back to Italy, and good luck to him. He's a really, really likeable guy. He's always works really hard for Liverpool, so he'll get plaudits and praise from Liverpool, and Liverpool fans will like him a lot and will remember him fondly. He's had big moments for us, but just for me, I think he needs to move on for his own good foot more than anything. Liam says, would Callum Wilson get in at Fulham with Jimenez and Muniz? I'm not sure. Do you know what I think he would be good at? Leeds. Leeds could do with him. Leeds could absolutely do with him. And Goliath says, because a lot of my family are Hammers, plus I like their manager. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Kezi says, I want the win, but not hopeful at the moment. And Alex, still Callum Wilson going to Saudi with Rodgers in Saudi Arabia. Possibly. Do you know what? That wouldn't be surprising either. Again, he's a Premier League striker. He might fancy one last hurrah in Saudi, possibly. But Leeds, I do think, could be a shout. They are desperate for goals. Callum Wilson, if he's fit, he does provide goals and the type of play that Leeds have in terms of they put balls into the box, loose balls, second balls. Callum Wilson could do all right with that. He's not got pace anymore, but Leeds don't play against high lines. They're not going to need a striker with loads of pace. That's why Calvert-Lewin does really well for him. Juana, hello again. Thoughts on the Diaz and Gvardiol injuries? Very, very disappointing from a Manchester City point of view. I'm sure they'll be gutted, but there's rumours that they're already lining up at least one centre-back signing. Maybe Vitor Reis coming back in as well from Girona on loan. We don't yet know what that's going to look like, but I think maybe Mark Gay to City could work. Really could. Jake, have you seen West Brom have sacked their manager? 4 managers have been sacked this year already, and we're only 6 days in. Adam, who signed Chiesa? Surely not our slot. No, apparently it's Juventus looking at him. Tony, good to see Martin O'Neill back at Celtic. Not for the long term, though, I'm sure. Goliath, is there any news of Liverpool bringing anyone in? What's the transfer talk, Key? Honestly, the only transfer talk I have seen of Liverpool is one in, one out. Chiesa to Juventus and Joel Ordonez from Club Brugge. Strike! Oh, what a save from Areola. That was a wonderful effort from distance from Nico Williams. That was going top bins. And he's shaking his head, Nico Williams. He's thinking, how has he kept this out? It is Ryan in the postage... No, it's not quite in the postage stamp. It's a good save, though. That's a very, very good save. Very good save. But yeah, there's Joel Ordonez, the centre-back from Club Brugge, mate. He's the only one that we've been linked to. And I actually think it's a salacious agent rumour rather than anything concrete. Ben says he's not better than Calvert-Lewin. No, he's probably not better, but he's... Oh, nearly 1-0 for Forest there from Williams again. I don't think he's better than Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but I think he's a different type of player. I think he's maybe a bit cuter, a bit smarter on the ball. Calvert-Lewin maybe a touch more of a battering ram. Rangers 1-0 in front. Yeah, I think Calvert-Lewin's a good player, but again, I think he's maybe a touch more of a battering ram. Liam says Leeds have got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Nemecha and Pirro though. See, Pirro and Nemecha aren't Premier League centre-forwards for me. Okafor, maybe. But I just think Leeds have got problems with goal scoring. And Callum Wilson, if he's fit. If you get him fit, pay as you play type of deal to the end of the season, I think it'd be a decent thing for Leeds, that. Sarah says Alex won't get Livramento. And Liam says Leeds have got Calvert-Lewin. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Shell says we desperately need a right back and a striker. Please, Mr. Moyes. Goliath, anyone you want to be bringing in or anyone you're hopeful for? Honestly, yeah, we could do with at least one centre-back and at least one centre-mid. In terms of names, I'd love someone like Elliot Anderson or Adam Wharton. And centre-back-wise, I mean, ideal world, I'd love Murillo. I would love to go and say to Forest, we'll give you 150 million or 140 million and we'll give us Murillo and Elliot Anderson. Or we'll give you 170 and chuck Gibbs White in as well. Why not? Adzadzi, you see that Jan Diamand having another good game tonight? See some big clubs linked with him. Yes, Liverpool being one of them. I think that is going to be one that rumbles on for a little bit longer, maybe. Michael Key, whoever loses tonight's match, could you see either Nuno or Dyche surviving beyond tomorrow, as it seems to be sacking season, and with the January window, clubs need to get someone in fast? I think Dyche, even though West Ham's run is worse than Forest's, West Ham are no wins since the 8th of November against Burnley. Forest have 5 defeats in their last 6. It's in! It's in! It's there! And it's the near post. And who is it? It's a Murillo own goal. Just as I was saying. Who's the centre-back you most want, Key? Murillo! Oh my God. Oh, and he puts it in his own net. And it's 1-0 to the Hammers. Oh my God. Just as I was giving him praise. Murillo near post. Goodness me. It's the curse of the commentator 3-star. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just as I'm praising a player, he has an absolute clanger there at the near post. I mean, in fairness, I think it takes a couple of deflections. Oh, he should do better. No, he should do better there for me. Oh, hey, come on, Sky. You've got to do better with the broadcast. Kiss of death from Key there, absolutely. And it's 1-0 to the Hammers. They're in front. La Pulga says, now that it is almost confirmed that that Enrique is leaving PSG, could City might just be the team for him? Well, City, maybe. PSG are furious at the minute that he's refusing a contract. That one might just rumble on. But he said, hasn't he? He said he'd love to manage in England. And he wants somewhere there's a project for him. And I think as a manager, if you're looking at... I actually don't think Manchester City's all that appealing. I think if you're looking at a project right now in England and you're a manager looking for a club where you can have the biggest impact, honestly, I feel like Man United's the one. I feel like Luis Enrique is more likely to go to United than he is to City. It's a huge club. There's huge upside potential. They'll give him money to spend. We know United have money to spend. There's huge upside potential if he goes in and he gets it right. So if he was able to work out with United, listen, you've got to give me a load of power. I'm not coming in as coach, I'm coming in as manager. All this nonsense of Wilcox and Barada, you have to pick someone or pick a formation or whatever. No. I pick who I pick, and I pick what formation, and you guys back off and do your jobs. If he came in with that amount of power, I think he might pick United, Tony says, I'd take Anderson at Liverpool. You and me both, mate. Jake says, Liam says, evening Key, why no TikTok? I've been suspended, mate. Another 3-day ban on TikTok for talking about gambling, promoting gambling. Even though we didn't. We was just talking, as we normally do. We actually mentioned predictions, and they've interpreted that as gambling, and therefore it's a 3-day ban. Don't hype me up, please. And Tony says United are skinky. Mate, they've spent some money. For a team that's skint, they've spent some money. Keen Josh says, controversial take, I do think Pep is a great manager, has transformed modern football, but I feel he's slightly overrated. Coached prime Barca with Messi and went to Bayern and City. Mourinho's better than Pep. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, I think Pep's a wonderful manager, but I would agree with you that there's an element of checkbook fraudiola. Ethan says if he goes to United, he becomes the hero. Anyone going into City after Pep will be deemed as a downgrade. And it will be like the same. It's the poison chalice, isn't it? I don't think City are necessarily set up for success in the same way that he would be at Man United. There's very few managers in Europe that could go into United and command immediate authority, and Luis Enrique is one of them. Luis Enrique, if he said, I'm interested in United, they would say, right, what do you need? And he would say, I need a transfer kitty this big. I need you to back me on every single player signing. And if you do, I'll deliver you a Champions League qualification within 12 months and maybe a league title within 3 years. It's that sort of a projection that he's looking for. Forrest in with a chance here. Oh, he managed to give it away. Unlucky. Scrum down. How's it going, James? Hey up, Key. Need a Forest goal to continue my week-long acca. And Twisted Fate says, everyone's saying United are skint, but we say this every year and still spend. United are always spending a fortune. Kezi says, win or lose, I'm West Ham till I die. Chimey, good to see you. Reece says, to be fair, Pep's only ever gone to good teams. Yeah, teams already winning titles. La Pulga says, United board are not going to be that flexible with just allowing the next manager to buy anyone they want, as they have been Ten Hag and Amorim. Possibly, but I think if you can move the needle for anyone, you move the needle for Luis Enrique, don't you? Like, Luis Enrique is like, West Ham are in again here. Luis Enrique is like when Liverpool had an opportunity to get Klopp. They moved the needle for Jurgen Klopp, and they, whatever strategy they had in place, if you can get someone like that who can be a game-changing manager for you, who exerts immediate authority on them players. I mean, what player's not going to listen to Luis Enrique? He's just won the treble. Sarah says he might go to Madrid, especially if they sack Alonso. Well, I mean, he's an ex-Real Madrid player, of course, Luis Enrique. One of the few, well, not one of the few, there have been a few, but he's one of, surprisingly, there's actually been quite a few, but he's one of the many people who've played for both Real Madrid and Barcelona. But he has said he would quite like to manage in England. La Pulga says, after being one of the greatest Barca managers of all time, hell nah. I wouldn't be surprising though, like I said, he played for both, mate. He played for Real Madrid. Twisted Face says, Luis Enrique is levels above Amorim and Erik Ten Hag. Proved it in multiple clubs. They have to listen to Enrique. And Reece, imagine Simeone versus Arteta would be the sleeping derby, boring football. Yeah, Simeone and Arteta, Christ. The Night-Old derby. El Nightolico. Ethan says, why would Lewis Hamilton drive in a Ford Fiesta? If spending money was the main contributor to success, United and Chelsea would have both won much more. Pep's a genius, love it or loathe it. I mean, correlation isn't causation, I get that, but there's certainly a line to be drawn between money spent and trophies won. Let's not pretend that's not the case. He's not exactly done it on a shoestring budget. He's spent more than most managers, if not every manager, to build a side, and built it very well. That has to be said. He has built it well. He's made very few mistakes. Leicester Glory says United board realised because how big United are, they don't need it to be good to make lots of money. And Creed Van Cross says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, favourite for United, is mental. Long throw into the box from Forest. Cleared away. West Ham smash it away. Lay Patel says slot out if Liverpool lose to Arsenal. Not even close. Absolutely not. No. Slot could lose 3 or 4-0 at Arsenal. I'd still keep him in his job. There's absolutely no way he should be going. Boroborn says, why do we all still hate Man United? For a laugh. And Twisted Fate says, for God's sake, Key, you've got me gassed now. I'm dreaming. Told you, this is coming from a Liverpool fan, mate. I wouldn't like to see Enrique at United, but I do think if he was coming to England, he'd be more inclined to go to a Man United than a Man City. And I don't necessarily think that there's an opportunity elsewhere for him. Unless Liverpool did pull the trigger on Slot, which I really hope we don't. I think we'd be stupid to do it. But if we did, then yeah, I mean, Luis Enrique would be an option for us as well. There's a good project at Liverpool, there's a good project at Manchester United, but I think he could have the most immediate impact at United. And La Pulga says, if all the big teams want him to manage them, why should he go and manage Bolton? Makes no sense at all. Put Pep at Bolton and see what he does. Yeah, well, if you put him, maybe not at Bolton, but I feel like if you'd have put Pep at somewhere like Tottenham, I feel like he would have been sacked. I feel like if you'd have put Pep at Tottenham, he'd have done maybe what Mourinho did. There'd have been an impact, and then it'd have been like, oh, I hate this style of passing, and he'd have lost his head and he'd have gone. Creed says, I hate United because they turned the Premier League into the Bundesliga. Same reason I hate City for the last few years. And 3 Star says, the anniversary of our greatest manager arriving at the City ground today, Brian Clough, and we have a gaffer not fit to clean his boots in charge tonight. Leicester's Glory says, watching Forest feels like Leicester 2.0. Well, it's 23 minutes on the clock. A Murillo own goal, is separating the two teams. West Ham would be delighted with 3 points here. It would take them only 1 point behind Forest going into the FA Cup weekend. So there's still a long way to go. Chimey says, my dream is Ancelotti for United. And Ancelotti? I think Ancelotti's done at club level now. That's why he's at Brazil. And plus, if he manages back in Europe again, there's a potential, isn't he on dodgy ground with tax in Spain? That's one of the reasons he's in Brazil. No extradition treaty. But I'm sure there was an issue with tax in Spain. I could be wrong. Lee Ferrer says, Forest are being diced. Forest chance. Far post. Edge of the box. Unlucky. Joseph says, to be honest, I am here after realising the hate you have for my club. No hate. No hate. Arsenal are about 4th in the list, mate, in terms of clubs I don't like. There's plenty more that I don't like more than Arsenal. Ethan says, even the great Sir Alex Ferguson couldn't get his God squad to go 4 in a row despite breaking the transfer record 5 times. Very true. And CFC says the app has told Forest they don't need to win this one. They've got to start soon, Forest. They've got to start picking up points sooner rather than later. 1 win in the last 6. This would be 1 win in the last 7. 6 defeats in the last 7. Marinakis is going to be looking at Dyche with that raised eyebrow going, come on. Not sure about this. Scottish says, many supporters hated Man United because of their fans. They've calmed down over the years since Fergie, so less hate. Other fans taking up the gauntlet, though. Who are you referring to there, mate? Jake says, what's your score prediction for City v Brighton tomorrow? City v Brighton, I would say, is Brighton always tend to do well. I think maybe... No, I think City win. I think City win, maybe 2-1. 2-1 tomorrow. JT says, I feel bad for Joe Willock. More racist comments on Instagram. Sad. There's always people like that. Red Hand Gaming, say something salty about Arsenal. I like to hear it before going to sleep. Say something salty. I don't know what would qualify as salty. Twisted Fate, people forget Fergie could have gone 5 in a row if Chelsea didn't cheat. Davey, 1-0 to Rangers. Yeah, 1-0 to Rangers. And Scott says, I thought I heard Ollie was coming back at the wheel. Is this true? Allegedly, yes. Allegedly so. And Callum says West Ham scoring sets the temp. Ethan, have there been any rival players who you've hated but can't help but appreciate how good they are back in the day and recent ones? 100%. So the one that always stands out is Bernardo Silva at Manchester City. He is the immediate one that stands out. I would have moved mountains to bring him to Liverpool. On a permo, feck the Huns. And Butterborn says Carrick is not a bad manager. He just won't change or make subs. He did really well for Butter for half a season. And Sarah says, I know one, Saka is overrated. Cecil says, thoughts on Ronaldo not being suspended for World Cup games. Wasn't it only meant to be like 1 or 2? What was it? I can't remember exactly what the suspension was meant to be. Wasn't it like just the first 1 or 2? Did he get a 3-match ban? Can't remember. But yeah, hey, listen, it's no surprise. FIFA pulls strings to get the best players at the tournament, and ultimately he's an icon, he's a face, and they would rather have him there than not. And honestly, who benefits from him not being? As long as they apply that rule across the board. For example, if there's any other players who would have been suspended going to the World Cup, then I hope they're also not suspended anymore. So as long as they apply that rigorously to everyone, I'm fine with it. It's fine, no problem. Give them the best players and let them have the World Cup that they want to have. And suspension from qualifying games or whatever shouldn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. The fact that it affects Ronaldo, yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but if they apply it rigorously to everyone, then fine, I guess. I don't see why that's such a problem. Red Hand Gaming, which is your most hated team? Well, I'm a Liverpool fan, mate, so Man United is comfortably my most hated team. After that, it's Everton. After that, it's Chelsea. And then after that, it's Arsenal. Yeah, probably Arsenal just after that. But I haven't really got any. Actually, it's probably only those 3. I don't really hate Arsenal. It'd be Arsenal's maybe like just because of the recent rivalry, but I actually quite like Arsenal as a club. But there's only really Chelsea, United and Everton that I dislike. And that's more to do with, rivalry than anything else. But Arsenal's a very, very recent thing. I've always quite liked Arsenal. Twisted Face says, Sir, it makes my weekend watching them cry, even though they're top of the league. Imagine being that insecure about your team. Scott says Ollie would add entertainment value for us rivals. So, okay, fair enough. Kezi says we just need the win, and on a permo, you love Arsenal, Key. Every time I'm on, you're defending your Arsenal position. I'm not defending it. It's more that it's incessant, isn't it? It's just incessant, these Arsenal fans, just continuous. Why do you hate Arsenal so much? You explain it, and then someone else comes in. Why do you hate Arsenal so much? And someone else comes in and goes, say something salty before bed from your Arsenal tears, and I'll collect the bucket and drink it, because I'll have a bath in it. Shut up, you Fruit Loop. Scottish GHK, my most hated team is St Mirren for lying down to Celtic in the 1986 title decider. Most of their team were Celtic fans. Creed Van Crow, what shirt is below the Atleti top? The Atleti top is Lazio. It's a Lazio shirt, that one. Yeah, Lazio. Twisted Face says, Shell, Key hates us more than you toffees. Isn't that illegal? We are a nice team. Liam can't believe how awful Forest are. Well, 30 minutes in, yeah, Sean Dyche is... This is the sort of footy that Sean Dyche produces, to be honest. We know that to be the case, and you've seen this at Everton. Goliath, I've got to say, as an Arsenal fan, these Arsenal fans wind me up. It's more that it's just a repeated thing. And if you don't acknowledge them at the very least, then they spam. And then you have to you block them or you ban them, and then they're like, oh, well, he blocked me or banned me because I said this, this, and this. And it's not that. It's just the same question repeatedly. It just derails the chat, doesn't it? West Ham are in down the right-hand side with Jarrod Bowen. Unlucky. Lucky Nottingham Forest there. Creed Van Crow, I always loved the Atleti top since I was a kid. And Kezi says, I support West Ham, my dad supports Tottenham, my adopted parents support Norwich City. The Canaries. And Butterborn says, this Liverpool team is nothing compared to the 80s team I used to watch as a kid. No, we're miles away, to be honest. We're absolutely shocking at this moment in time, but shocking is enough to get you fourth this season. Chime me as an Arsenal fan, I'm now a United fan. Creed Van Crow, my dad's side of the family supports Preston and my mum's side supports Liverpool. But I love the North End. Love that. Twisted Face says, Key, if we go internationally, which team do you hate abroad? Maybe a Madrid or a Barca? Abroad. I've never liked PSG. I've never liked them. Yeah, I've always disliked PSG, and I've never really liked... I'm trying to think, to be honest. PSG would be one. I'm trying to think of Italian teams that I don't like. Probably Roma. Yeah, probably Roma. And that's as much to do with when we went to Rome. When I went and watched Liverpool play against Roma in Rome. I didn't like them before that. And then when I went to Rome and watched Liverpool in Rome, they were absolutely awful fans. Awful fans, awful city. If I am ever promoting Visit Rome on Premier League Dad, let it be known that I have massively sold out. And you can remind me of this. Captain Spurs says, most of my family are City fans as we live close. What about your family? Are they all Liverpool supporters? No. So, well, my dad is a Liverpool supporter. He used to go and watch Liverpool pretty much religiously, home and away, every game since about 1972. So he was a hardcore Liverpool fan, and we're from like nearby locally, so he used to go all the time when he was a kid. So I always was going to support who my dad supports, but my granddad was a big Everton fan. I've got cousins and stuff who are big Everton fans. A couple of cousins are United fans, and as a family we're always relatively close. But my brother's not really into football. My mum, I guess she's more of a United, maybe an Everton fan. I don't know. She's not massively into footy. But yeah, I was either going to be a blue or a red. I was either going to be a Liverpool fan or an Everton fan, and I was always going to be a Liverpool fan given me dad. And thank God, I think I'd be a very different person if I was an Everton fan. Jake says, why do you dislike PSG then? I think just growing up. I think we played PSG in Europe, I think in 1997, something like that. Mark Wright scored, and they beat us. They knocked us out of Europe. And then after that, every time I watch PSG, I just never liked them. I always preferred Marseille or Auxerre, my French team. Joe Story, I'm back. How are you, Key? I'm good, mate. Thank you. How are you? And Butterborn says, where have all the good managers gone? Think back to the 70s, 80s and 90s. We had amazing managers. Do you think it's because they only coach now and not looked as the real boss anymore? I think there's an element of that. Yeah, I think maybe the authority of the manager has been reduced quite a bit, and it's been spread across multiple roles. Everyone's now got very, very clearly defined roles. All of the boundaries in terms of who does what is really nicely and evenly delineated. Everyone knows what everyone does. You're responsible for this, you're responsible for this. And managers now, coaches, you're only responsible for the players. We'll give you the players, you coach them, that's your job. Shell, Yakey's granddad, and Sarah says, yes, more angry kid. I would have been a lot more angry, yeah. I'd have been very shouty. Kezi says, my mum's from Denmark, so I like them too. Oh, nice. Do you know what? I'd have loved to have gone to a game in Denmark. We went to the stadiums. I went to Brøndby and I went to Copenhagen and I went to Malmo, but I never actually went to a game while we were over there. Malmo, obviously being in Sweden, you've got to get the train across from Copenhagen into Malmo. Joel says, we're similar, mate. My granddad's a Mackham. It's Forest, unlucky. Oh, good defending by West Ham. Shell says, glad one of your family has sense, Key. And Scott says, in America, he's no longer with us. God rest his soul. He was a very, very passionate blue. You'd have liked him, I'm sure. Scott says, as an American, I was introduced to the Prem by an Egyptian Arsenal fan. Was it El Neni? And he successfully sold me on Arsenal. El Neni on holiday in America, and he got Scott Downing to be a gunner. Twisted Fate says, sir, my family is football religion. They would have disowned me. And Omar says, I like the 14 times FA Cup winners and the 15 times Champions League winners. Fair enough. Kezi, I support OB Odense in Denmark. Love that. And Jake, I nearly supported Everton because my granddad supported Everton as a kid, but changed to Liverpool, and my dad and me would have supported Everton, not Liverpool. Thank God my granddad changed. Well, we are 8 minutes to half time. We're yet to have, other than the nearly. Forest are applying a little bit of pressure here, but it feels like West Ham can't really get out. Forest having a little spell of possession. Who was that on the left-hand side there? Is that Hutchinson? Oh, no, it's Hudson-Odoi, isn't it? Back to Nico Williams for the throw-in. Jamie, how's it going, Jamie? Good to see you, man. Joe says, Key, did you know I actually own a Liverpool top? You dirty turncoat. You dirty scouser. And Creed says, Kezi, I think we got Mads Frokja from OB. Butterborn, oh, there's a game on. Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it, does it, to be honest? There's not really been an awful lot going on since the goal. Igor Jesus, 19 appearances, 1 goal. Arnold Calimundo, Chris Wood, Taiwo Wanyi. Look at that, Chris Wood's still got a 1 in 4 record. That's miles better than the rest of them. What is that from West Ham? That's shocking. That's shocking. Scott says, my brother's a City fan. It's been tense at times in the last few years. Kez said, Creed, I would have had to ask my uncle, but probably he lives there and works for the Danish FA. Oh, Christ. We've got royalty in, effectively. Footballing royalty. Here's Jared Bowen. I kind of want West Ham to go down in many ways because we could get Jared Bowen. I would take Jared Bowen from West Ham now. Cheap deal. Jared Bowen. Keep him in the Premier League. Jared Bowen to Liverpool. That would be a great move. Shell, what was your granddad's name, Key, if you don't mind me asking? Tom. Tom. Yeah, it was Tom. Twisted Face says, my mum once bought me a Liverpool top for Christmas to prank my dad. As soon as I opened it, my dad didn't hesitate but to take it into the back garden and burn it. Yeah, that's what happened with my dad as well. My mum, the first kit I owned, or at least one of the first kits I owned, was a Man United top. It was the black, sharp view cam top with the gold piping. I think it was the one that Cantona kicked the Crystal Palace fan in. That was one of the very first that I owned. And it was bought for me by my mum just before she took me to Chester Zoo. And my dad didn't know about it. He obviously wasn't coming. It was just my mum and her friend and one of the kids or whatever. And we all went to Chester Zoo. And I had my picture tuck in it. I've got that picture to this day. Me in a Man United top at Chester Zoo. And my dad came back home from work and he was like, what is he doing in that? And my mum was like, oh, he loves his football, doesn't he? So I thought I'd get him this kit. It was on sale or whatever. I got it. And my dad was like, out of that now. Literally, bought me a new one. Liverpool kit, done. Never looked back. Fowler 23 on the back. Twisted Fate, iconic top, that key. I know, yeah. Clarky, see, you're a secret Man United support. Well, I wasn't a secret Man United support. I was just placed in a Man United kit. Maybe even the first kit I wore. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But certainly the first kit that I was pictured in, I think, possibly, was... Oh, off the bar! Forest, unlucky! It's an absolutely lovely... You know, it's a very similar strike to the one we saw in the Algeria game. Callum Hudson-Odoi, right-footed, cuts in, bends it, no chance at all for Areola. That one was going in the postage stamp, smashes off the crossbar and over for a goal kick. Unlucky. Butterborn says, imagine West Ham's ground in the Championship. That would be so sad. Half empty, miles away from the pitch, playing Oxford United. Oh, yeah. Or maybe like a Lincoln or someone like that. Lincoln coming up from League One. You never know. On a permo, do you keep your pictures of you in an Arsenal top more secretive? I had an Arsenal top as well. I did have an Arsenal top, but that was after I was a confirmed Liverpool fan. I had got into watching. I must admit, I was like, I think I was maybe 4. I was about 4 when it happened. So again, you're not even really conscious of what's going on. But once I got the Liverpool kit, I started to get more and more into football. I remember watching vividly. Well, I caught the back end of the World Cup '94 and Euro '96 was the first big one. But I remember getting the Arsenal kit. Remember the yellow Arsenal away kit? The one that Ian Wright was in? And it had all them like little triangles everywhere. They did a similar mock-up one recently. They did a new version of it. But that one, JVC, Arsenal, yellow away kit, loads of little yellow triangles. I had that one as well. That'd soon put all these rumours to bed that Key hates Arsenal, wouldn't it? I didn't have any more Arsenal tops like the Invincibles. I wish I had got the Sega one. The Sega or the Dreamcast one would have been a good one. I'd have liked that. But yeah, I like collecting me footy kits and stuff. But that's the only Man United kit I have ever been in, and it was in the bin the same day it was bought. Cecil says the bruised banana kit is legendary. Is that what it's referred to, the bruised banana kit? I don't know if that's the same one I'm talking about. Captain Spurs says top 3 hated clubs for me is 1 Arsenal, 2 Man U, 3 Chelsea. Fair enough. See, I had Everton for me. Shell says he's got an Everton top, haven't you? I promise you I haven't. That is the one club I haven't ever got a kit of. Or I have, but it's not one that I'd wear. It's the Danker one, but it's not a top I could wear. It's not like I never bought it to wear. Scottish HK, the only time I wore a Rivals tops was for a funeral. Yeah, and that's it. Oh, sorry, I have. Well, technically, then I've got. Yeah, I did. I did wear an Everton top for my uncle's funeral as well. So I have, yeah, technically. Creed Van Crow says, no, we want West Ham down. And Liam says, my uncle gave me a Celtic top with Larson on the back. That would have been brilliant. Cecil says it's called the Bruised Banana. Ah, right. Well, there you go then, yeah. I had the Arsenal Bruised Banana top. JVC. I think it was right on the back. Forest. Cleared away by West Ham's. Only 1 minute of added on time here at the end of the first half. Leicester Glory says, I won a free Arsenal kit when they signed Sterling. God. That was actually a really nice Arsenal kit. The one with the blue stripes. Was it last year's or the year before? I actually quite like that Arsenal kit. I always like Liverpool kits when they've got gold on them. We never do white with gold anymore. Some of the best Liverpool kits were red with gold piping. Right, Forest, last chance saloon. That's dreadful, and that is half-time. That's a terrible cross. Absolutely terrible cross. Nuno Santo goes in at half-time here. And it is going to be a much easier team talk for him than perhaps it would be for Sean Dyche. Murillo looking very frustrated. He is the goal scorer, I guess. The own goal scorer that separates these two teams. Forest, a goal down. Haven't really done anything meaningful in the game until right just before half-time. Hudson-Odoi, curling effort off the crossbar. Really, really good effort. But not enough to get the team level. West Ham, other than the own goal, there's not really been a huge amount of chances for them either, it must be said. It's been a game of very, very few chances. But it doesn't really need to be. 1-0 suits West Ham down to the ground, doesn't it? Joel says, Castellanos looked any good? He's done okay, yeah. He's ran the line quite well. I think he's made space quite well, and they've played him in behind a couple of times. He had a shot and it got deflected. He won a corner. But other than that, there's not really been anyone else, any other chances. Jake says, who do you support worldwide? I only really have time and energy for Liverpool. I like a lot. I've got a lot of soft spots for other teams. Betis, Auxerre. I like Schalke. Yeah, there's a few others maybe. Deggy Sue says, can you imagine not having a club that made you not win potentially 5 Prem titles as top 3 hated club is outrageous? Can you imagine? Can I imagine? I can imagine, yes. Ethan says, red and black first advice City kit from 03 with a Nelka on the back was my first. As soon as my daughter's big enough, she'll be donning that every match day. Love that, mate. That's wonderful. I had a City kit as well. The only City kit I ever had was, and I got it to play footballing because it was one of the things you did when you were a bit younger. You used to play footy in random kits. I got the IDOS City kit with, I can't remember who it had on the back. It wasn't Gota. Can't remember who it was. But I've got a blue with a IDOS City kit. That was a good one. Will Crute, never joined on here before, Key, but saw you weren't on TikTok, so I thought I'd poke my head in. Had a good chat earlier, mate. Looking forward to more talk streams. Absolutely, Will. Yeah, no, really good to have you, mate. And yeah, thank you for. Do you know what you've become, Will? You've become the safe voice when it's when there's 60, 70 people screaming and shouting at me in the chat. You poke your head in and I go, yeah, Will's coming on. Will comes on, and then I can figure out. You helped me earlier massively, mate, because it helped me figure out exactly how. Like, I need to know how to kick people off. If they come on and they start being a bit, I can kick people off quickly. I had no idea how to do that until earlier. So you massively helped me without knowing, so thank you. And always, obviously, from a football point of view, you know your stuff, so that's helpful too. It was a good conversation. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, let's do some more chats. But I'm banned for 72 hours on TikTok, so I can't do any more, sadly, for a little while. Pay me a security guard's wages. Brendan says, did you have a United kit? I did have a United kit, yes. I had a United kit. That's what I was saying earlier. I got given a United kit when I was 4. And I got a picture took in it at Chester Zoo, and my dad threw it in the bin when he got home. That's the only. It was thrown in the bin the same day it was bought. and I didn't buy it. Creed Van Croaky, can you shame my best mate who supports both Bolton and United? Two-team supporter, gross. You can't support two teams, especially not two teams in the same vicinity or in the same league or could be in the same league. Bolton and United have been in the Premier League like recently and could quite easily be again in the next 5 years, let's say. It's very feasible. You can't support two teams like that. You can't. You can have a bit of a soft spot for them, but you can't be supporting two teams. That's mad. Joe, I have a rule where I don't buy any of the main top 6 kits in the Prem. That's fair. That's very fair. Leicester's glory, I support Leicester and follow Sutton United because my uncle played for him. That's fair. Creed Van Crow, my top 3 hated is Blackpool, Blackburn and Burnley. Again, very fair. Will, how come you've been banned? Oh, we was talking, mate, about what's your prediction for tonight's game, and we talked about predictions, but we never used the word bet. I'm always very, very careful never to use the word bet or accumulator or money or odds or acca or anything that's like gambling related. I would generally never use it because I know that I am live on TikTok as well as YouTube and Twitch. I'm live on TikTok. Not right now, I'm not. But I'm always like hyper cautious of them words. If someone says them in the chat, I don't read them. I'll always say something else. Or I won't even read it at all. Not being funny, I just can't. Because if I read it, what happens is, and I've caught myself out a few times, I'll read it, and then all of a sudden I'll look and TikTok's a black screen, and I'm like, oh. And then I pick up my phone and I look, and I'm like, oh, you've been suspended for 72 hours promoting gambling. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it didn't even say anything. It didn't even say anything. Will says, one of my mates supports Brentford because she was born in that area, but she also supports Sevilla because most of her family are there. Nice. Brendan says, do you not support Liverpool and United, Key? One reel for Key. One reel for Key, one reel for another. That's it. Hypocritical. Hypocriticky. Joe, I support Newcastle and Gateshead, though. I don't think that's wrong. Many people do it. No, it's not wrong because Gateshead and Newcastle are never going to be playing each other. I think that's fine. And I wouldn't say... Yeah, I don't know. Joe, we've done that one. So Creed Van Crow, it was probably when you said over 1.5, Egypt or draw. TikTok's so petty. Yeah, probably something like that. Egypt or draw over 1.5. That's what, like, I've got over 1.5 Egypt or draw. That to me is, that's not promoting gambling. That's madness. But hey, I've been, 72-hour ban. Twisted Fate, I can only support United, not even a club from abroad. I will show my support to Salford, but don't follow as much as I do United. And Will, is that why you never watch Real Betis? I do watch Real Betis. We've watched Betis a few times. Watched Betis against Forest earlier this season. Callum Key likes Everton and Liverpool. I do not like Everton. I hate the Ev. I hate him with a passion. Right. Well, hey, seeing as we're not on TikTok, I'll talk about gambling then. I'll talk about it. Because I've got over 7.5 shots on target, Juventus or draw in the Sassuolo game. How many shots on target have we had in that game? Stats. There's been 6, all Juve, but I only need 2 more shots on target. That's brilliant. Rangers v Aberdeen. I've got Rangers or draw and Aberdeen over 2.5 shots on target. How are Aberdeen doing for shots? Aberdeen, I've had 1. I need 2 more Aberdeen shots. Come on, we need an Aberdeen comeback in the second half. 2 shots on target for them. West Ham v Forest. I've got over 6.5 shots on target in this one. How many shots? 2. That one's going down. I need 5 shots on target second half in this game. I also need 3 cards, and there's not been a single one. So in other words, I'm down. I'm down. I'm finished. Key's got Everton pyjamas. It's a lie. It's a total lie. It's very much alleged. Never been proven. Twisted Fate, you actually hate Everton, really though, Key? It's not called the friendly derby for nothing. I do not. No, I don't hate Everton. I have got a soft spot for Everton in many ways. I think it's pity. And I don't mean that in an awful way, Shell. But, yeah, I've always been a little bit conditioned to like them because of... I've got family. My granddad was an Everton fan. And, I've got cousins and my uncle who passed away. He was a big Everton fan. So I've got people close, but I can't hate them when they're my family of Blues. But it's just so funny when they lose and they all lose their heads, and then yeah, I think they're just funny. They make me laugh. I have Everton PJs. Oh, right. Well, we're close to the second half. Do you think Forest can turn this round? Just looking at the poll earlier tonight at kickoff, 44% thought West Ham would win, Nottingham Forest 34%, and 23% thought the draw. So, if you've not voted in the poll, get voting. If you also haven't clicked like on the video, please do so. It helps me massively if you can just click like. And if you haven't subscribed also, please do subscribe. Creed Van Crow says, come on Forest, 2-1, you've got this, lads. Key's got Scarborough Athletic pyjamas. I've got I wish I could get some non-league stuff actually. I'd quite like some non-league. In an ideal world, do you know what I'd have? I'd have because when we do Italian nights, when we do Serie A, I'd love to have a wall of Serie A kits behind me. And I'd love to have when we do Ligue 1, a load of French kits, and the same in the non-league. We've watched loads of non-league games. We watched Forest Green Rovers and Morecambe and Alfreton and Brackley Town, and we've done all that. I'd love to have some of them. Same with the SPFL, same with La Liga. Got some cracking kits. Just not enough to do that with all of these behind me. And plus, with the overlays and stuff now, you don't even see the kits. It's a shame, really. There's loads of nice kits behind me, but it's pointless getting them because you can't really see them. Twisted Fate says the Prem without Everton wouldn't feel the same. In my opinion, they're the biggest non-top 6 side. Shell will like that. Yeah, there you go. Mr. Edwards, I've got elf Christmas pyjamas. Yeah, I'm 35. Mate, did you see the ones I had to wear on Christmas Day? On the Christmas Day stream, I got matching PJs with me missus and my little girl. And my sister-in-law, because she was there. In fact, I think even got given to my mother-in-law. I think we all wore them. Oh, I hate it. I hate the whole matching PJs on Christmas Day, but if your little girl comes up to you and says, Daddy, will you please put these on? Oh, alright, fine. Yeah, go on, babe. I'll put it on. Twisted Fate says, Key has Everton PJs with Arsenal bedding, United wallpaper, and a Liverpool TV. Nothing Chelsea, though. For the love of God, nothing Chelsea. I wouldn't have out Chelsea. Rob and Romesh versus Team GB Winter Special. Not on my telly, it's not. Not on my telly. Hey, we didn't do a quiz. We didn't do a half-time quiz. I was going to say, how many minutes after the game before Marinakis pulls the trigger on sacks Sean Dyche? I was thinking that how many... We've not done even a quiz. Quite a few who've played for both clubs. Ian Wright, Ward Prowse. Didn't think Ward Prowse had played for both of these. Matty Upson, Teddy Sheringham, yeah. Nigel Quasi, Stuart Pearce, of course. Michael Antonio, Andre Ayew. He's played for everyone, man. Andre Ayew has played for literally everyone. Sam Byram, Gary Charles, Danny Collins, Marlon Herwood, Andy Impey, Carl Jenkinson, Paul Konchesky, Henry Lansbury, there's an Arsenal name. Jesse Lingard played for... Of course he's played for both of these. Chiku Kuyate. Interesting. Zande Silva as well, whoever he is. Can't say I know the name. Twisted Fate, yeah, don't forget the salad dartboard, Brendan. And Scottish GHK says Christmas Day isn't yours, but you do get to cherish the memories. That's it, yeah. It's absolutely nothing to do with me anymore. I remember people saying that on the stream. People were like, what did you get for Christmas? Or are you looking forward to Christmas? No, absolutely not, in the sense of like me. I don't get anything. What am I looking for? It's just another day to me. In fact, if anything, I've got to do more. I've got to cook. I've got to clean up. I've got to basically be the carrier bag that walks around and picks all the wrapping paper up. Plus, I've got to try and be a camera that films the lovely moment. My little girl opens whatever. Jake says, what's the question? The question was played for both Forest and West Ham. It wasn't really a question. It was I just threw it out there because the players are back out on the pitch now. I should have planned a quiz at half-time, and I didn't. And that's my own stupid fault. I am completely unprofessional. Honestly, I'm a little bit drained after that game before. I think I am still a little bit under the weather. But I'm drained from that game before. That Algeria game was mind-numbing. Not only was it 0-0 for over 2 hours, we watched more than 2 hours of actual football, 0-0, barely a shot on target. But it's blown my mind that got over 100,000. Got over 100,000 people watch that. Madness. Mr. Edwards, yeah, mate, I'm buzzing to meet Santo. yeah, can't wait to see what I've got. Dying for that link set and some socks. Do you know what? I say that is when you know you're getting old, when you're actually mega excited for a new pair of slippers or something at Christmas. I got some slippers, and when I say they are the comfiest things, you have no idea. Oh, game changing, absolutely game changing. Alex says West Ham playing well, and Shell, you should beat Wolves. Brendan, 100,000 watch what? 100,000 views on the Algeria v Democratic Republic of Congo game. I know. Believe me, I was as shocked as you was. $100,000. And we got 250 something new subscribers on that one game, which, I mean, I got a notification on the 29th of December saying congratulations, you finally hit 7,000 subs. I got one 4 days later saying you've hit 8,000. And I'm like 8.5 now. Brendan says you're live. Yeah, my live. Yeah, the live for Algeria and thingy. Me before. Me watching it. How mad's that? It's crazy. You're there. You're live. They watched. Yeah, seriously. Crazy. 100,000. Jake says, I'm saying this now. Wolves are getting at least a point against Everton. Yeah, I think Wolves, the way they're playing at the minute, they're playing very, very well. Alex says, you're doing well, Key. Well, they were doing well. It's nothing without you lot. All I do is set the streams up and we get going. We watch the games. The good thing is it's not being held back by how crap the games are. Cecil says, because went viral from the reaction compilations last 2 weeks. No, mate, it's beyond that. It's honestly, the channel's gone big since like the end of November. And it's nothing to... Arsenal games are great, don't get me wrong, but it's not been driven by Arsenal games. The AFCON's been very big, but it started flying before that. Mid to end of November. R9 haircut incoming, no chance. No chance. Like I said, it'll all tail off after the AFCON, but it's fun to ride the wave while it lasts. Is it 104 now? Oh, I think it was on 102 when it finished, or 101 when it finished. So, yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's exciting. Hey, Mark, how's it going? And Creed says, I reckon you'll get big growth over the World Cup, 100%. It'd be nice if we did. Yeah, it'd be good if we did. I'm not going to be able to do the 2 o'clocks in the morning, but I'll certainly be doing some of them. And yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea behind the channel, is that we're live every day. We're live every day, whatever game's on. If there's a game on, Key's on. And that therefore means this wonderful community's on as well. Anything else, please? Me is thinking that Nottingham Forest might get a Windings in this one. Nice. And Joe Story says, I'm still waiting for that Stranraer top, by the way. You've been waiting since September. Stranraer? Is that what I'm getting you? Stranraer top. Forest into the box. Strike. That's going to be a corner, ref. It's a claim for a handball from Milenkovic. Sorry, it's Dominguez, sorry. There's a check for a penalty. Let's watch this. It's not a penalty. No, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. You're not getting a penalty for that. Never a pen that. If it's coming off is it Souček's hand? Nah, it's off his thigh. Didn't even touch his hand. Never a penalty, that. Never a penalty. Captain Spurs, you're going to be a big, big streamer. Well, I'm staying relaxed, mate. I'm not wedded to the idea of it. If it happens, then that'll be wonderful. And believe me, I'm going to keep putting the effort in, and we'll keep showing up. And if it does, then it does. If it doesn't, then then it wasn't meant to be. Yay, Liam! Welcome to the Premier League Dad Members Club. You'll be in the official Discord group, so we can chat through the day. We've got a WhatsApp group, we've got a Discord group coming. So all new members and regulars, you'll be in the Discord group throughout the day. If you want a proper footy chat, where we can chat throughout the day before the lives, and also where you can choose what games we watch on this channel. You can have influence over what games we watch. We're going to be doing votes on which games to do. That's brilliant. Thank you. Welcome on board, Liam. West Ham chance. Strike. It's 2. There you go. And it's Somerville. It's 2-0 West Ham. And Sean Dyche is already... Oh, he's already just winding up his job at Forest here. I think this might be it, you know. I think this might be it. It's West Ham 2, Forest 0, and that's it. I can't see Forest coming back from this one. Elliot Anderson's furious with his teammates. There's a check. Oh, they're furious with the ref. They're all going to check. There's going to be a check on it. Dyche isn't happy. Got to be a check for a potential foul here. Check for a potential foul. 3-star says, that's it, he's done. Pack your bags, Dyche. Let's watch this back. Where's the foul? Where is the foul? Oh, hey, hang on a minute. Would that be offside? I don't think that would be offside, because that was played by the Forest player, surely. I don't think that's going to be offside. Come on. You can't give that as an offside. The game's absolutely gone if that's offside. Game's gone. Game's gone if that's offside, but it might well be. He is offside when the ball comes to him, but it comes off a Forest defender. You can't be giving that as an offside. You just can't. It's chaos, that. I don't think this should be off. Am I stupid for saying this? Let me know in the chat what you're thinking. I don't think that's offside. I really don't, but I'm pretty confident the ref's going to give it offside. This one's going to get pulled back. He's definitely offside on that basis. There you go, offside. Goal ruled out. Yeah, goal ruled out. And Dyche now lifting his team. Right, the Juventus game's done. I don't need any more in that. Rangers and Aberdeen. They've still only had one shot on target, Aberdeen. I need 2 more from them. Mr. Edwards says, surely you can't sack Dyche. Who do they get next? I mean, I just feel like he'll look at it, Marinakis, as if I don't roll the dice, we probably go down. So I have to do something. I have to sack him and get someone in, because doing something is better than doing nothing. I don't think that's the case, but I think that's how Marinakis thinks. Charmy says, I would do anything to go back to old days. I hate VAR. Me too. That's why the Championship is such a breath of fresh air, because if the lino doesn't put his flag up, it's a goal. That's it. There's no piss-arsing around. It's a goal. And I love that. I absolutely love it. Davey says, Conor Barron with 2 assists tonight. And Kane says, Ruben Amorim's available. Of course, yeah, Kane. Ruben Amorim could absolutely be a good shout. We know that he interviewed for the West Ham job not that long ago, of course, before United. Jake says you haven't changed the scoreline. I don't change the scoreline. The scoreline's automatic, so it'll update in a second. Yeah, it changes itself, so it should. There you go. It's back down again now. But yeah, it takes a second or two, but it does automatically do it, which is nice because it never used to. I used to have to manually do all that. But it does it itself nowadays. Look at us coming up in the world, eh? 3-star Reds offside. Just take your trainers out your bag, Dyche, for the time being. Dilo Asgard's replaced Mikey Moore for Rangers in the second half. Cheers for the updates, Davey. If anything, it looks more like Rangers are going to score more than Aberdeen. I need 2 shots on target for Aberdeen. I need them to start pushing up the other end. Come on, the Dons. Key, that's a low blow. What's a low blow? What did I say? Oh, it's in! It's there! It's 1-1! It's a near post header! And it's Dominguez and Forrest are back in it. Just as quickly as they were let down by the officials, West Ham, they've conceded. And it's 1-1. It's exactly the same type of goal as the first one. It's a flick on at the near post and it loops up and it goes right over the back post. The person on the back post, who is it on the back post? Is it Bowen? It looks like someone quite small. It looks like someone who should really be clearing it away. But it's a lovely ball into the near post. It's a flick on. Is it an own goal? It might be another own goal at the near post here. No, I think it is Dominguez. But it's Crescencio Somerville at the back stick. I think he absolutely has to clear this, does he not? He gets up too early. I'm telling you. He gets up too early there, but it's 1-1. Anything else, please? Says Dyche is the king and Scottish GHK. Good to see you, mate. VAR kills celebrations, best part of the game gone. Thank you very much for that super chat. Love it. Mr. Edward says Dyche is winning the league. Come on, Forest. And Twisted Fate says Ruben Amorim is available. Ruben Amorim interviewed for the West Ham job. I'm telling you, he's got unfinished business in the league. He has got unfinished business in the Premier League, and I am confident he would come back. But I don't think he can unless he foregoes some of his lovely Manchester United payoff. 3 stars is getting. You can take a pair of socks out your bag now with the trainers, Dyche. Well, that's another shot on target at least. We're up to 3. I only need another 4 shots on target. Captain Spurs says, what's your star sign? Geminis are the best. No, I'm an Aries. Stubborn ram. Jake says, Nuno and Dyche have to start packing their bags tonight. And Ben, that's the greatest header there's ever been, that. It's a good flick on near post, admittedly. But here's Gibbs White. Oh, short play. Edge of the box, strike. Overhead kick. No, cleared away. Forest are starting to apply a bit more pressure now. Why is there so many empty seats at West Ham? I know it's a Tuesday night. I understand it's a cold Tuesday night in January. And I understand the football's dreadful. And I understand it's not exactly cheap. But I never thought we'd see that many empty seats at West Ham. Chance. It's another header. It's another shot on target. Murillo with the effort there. Creed Van Crow says, Key, what current Liverpool player has played for Preston? Current Liverpool player has played for Preston. Ramsey? Calvin Ramsey? Is it Calvin Ramsey, the right back? I'm sure he played for you. Twisted Faces, Amarin will go abroad and win things again. I think he's got potential to be a great manager, if I'm honest, Key. Just needs a few more years under his belt and get rid of his stubbornness. I think he'll do well, yeah. I think he's that actually might be the making of him. That he's gone United, he's been forced out. He might end up going on and having an half-decent career now somewhere else. Davey says, Aberdeen need the next goal and the visitors have made a bright start here. Kevin Nisbet flashes the ball across the face of the goal, but there's no players in red anywhere near it. I need an Aberdeen shot on, couple of Aberdeen shots on target. And I need 3 more shots on target and 3 cards in this game. So I'm hoping the referee starts dishing some cards out. We could do with this becoming very ill-tempered. Very, very ill-tempered. Freddie Woodman, of course. But Calvin Ramsey did as well, didn't he? I'm sure Calvin Ramsey played for Preston, didn't he? I'm sure he has. Yeah, Calvin Ramsey. Yeah, Preston North End. He made 2 appearances for Preston North End. How have you forgot about him? He played for us in the Cup this season and he made 2 appearances for Preston in 23-24. How have you forgotten him, mate? Mr. Edwards says the West Ham Stadium is so lifeless. Oh, good shot. No, unlucky. Mr. Edwards, rumours are Amarim was being micromanaged by the people above him, so he became very stubborn. Looks like Ollie's coming back. This club is a trip. Yeah, we were saying that earlier. I think, allegedly, how true this is we don't know, but apparently Ruben Amorim was being told to change his formation by Barada, Wilcox. They wanted him to play a certain way, and he said, listen, I'm the manager. And they didn't like that. Creed says, just had a look, Calvin Ramsey did make 2 appearances in 2023. That's ball knowledge. Pfft. You come for the king. Sarah says, why does this game feel like it's been playing for ages? Again, honestly, it's been a bad night of football. I'm sorry. Oh, that's an awful tackle. That's a bad tackle from Todibo. Should be a yellow card, ref. Give him a yellow. Get him a yellow card. Yeah, yellows. Yellows. I only need 2 more yellows now. 2 more yellows. It's coming. Come on. There's a chance. I need 2 Aberdeen shots on target, 2 yellows, and 3 shots on target. There you go, and I've won. 3 shots on target, 2 yellows, and 2 shots for Aberdeen on target. And I've boxed it. £100 for a £5. That's not bad. Liam says, do you think if West Ham kept Upton Park, they'd be a better team? Undoubtedly. They'd be a more intimidating place, put it that way. Pablo about to come on for West Ham, it looks like, the new signing. And Scottish GHK, I need about 72 Aberdeen shots on target. Nothing to do with me worried about Rangers getting their act together, though, honest. Ball in. Oh, yeah. Come on. We need a bit of a feisty... Some late tackles flying in, please, would be good. Some late tackles. Or some last man tackles. Player taking his top off when he scores. Stuff like that. Twisted Fate, it's all illogical to me, Key. Eric Ten Hag was, why are you changing system? Then Amarim was, why aren't you changing the system when we hired you for your system? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I can understand why he's called them out. And that's why he's been sacked. He's actually not been sacked due to anything on the pitch, which is mad, innit? And that's why I'm really surprised more hasn't been made out of it. Creed says, Liam Manning, is your name actually Liam Manning? Why? Yeah, of course it is, I think. I assume it is anyway. I don't know. I assume it is. Is it because of the thingy manager? Give Paqueta a yellow card here for trotting off so slowly. Unacceptable, that. Still only one shot on target. Right, Scalds is coming off. And Mayers is coming on. Paquetá off for Pablo. He looks like a young Reece James, doesn't he, Mayers? I don't know if he plays like him, but he looks like a young Reece James. Creed says because it's Liam Manning, LUFC, and I don't see a connection between the manager and Leeds. It's not the actual Liam Manning, I don't think. You should change it to that. Not the actual Liam Manning. Twisted Fate, we move. I hope Amorim does go on to have a great career. He deserves it. Actually seems like a really good man. And Omar, I only need 1 goal for Aberdeen. Well, hopefully they get 2 shots on target and one of them goes in. I'll take that. Brendan says if the sacking was performance related, Amorim would have been sacked last summer. Exactly, yeah. And Mr. Edwards, just bring Ollie back, I say. If we're going to remain shit, let's at least have some exciting football. Exciting football and a manager you can at least get behind. I know that it wasn't particularly good with Ollie towards the end of his reign, but at the very least, it got United pumped up. Ollie's at the wheel. You'll be singing that again. It's been a couple of years since you've sang it. Yeah, you can probably get behind that. Davey says Rangers make more changes as Sterling and Miovski's enter the fray. John Sutar and Chamiti make way. Thank you for keeping us updated, Davey. Let me know of any shots on target for Aberdeen if you see any. Big last 25 here, though. Point doesn't really suit either team, does it? I think both teams probably need to push on, but I remember what I said before game. I think we'll see both teams have a really good go, and I think we have seen that, but I feel like the closer we get to the last 20, I think both managers will just kind of say, okay, listen, we can't lose this. It would be great if we won it, but we cannot lose it. If we lose it, the crowd gets really on top of us. So a win would be lovely. A draw isn't really acceptable, but a loss is absolutely not acceptable. So we can't allow the loss. Ethan says Sir Jim was on an interview no more than 2 months ago saying Amorim will get 3 years and he needs that time to establish himself. I think he threw a spanner in the works when he came out and did that interview, though, mate. I think that's the ultimate reality. Is he's screwed himself here, hasn't he? He's gone and said what he said, and it wasn't good enough. So I think United should get Southgate. I'd love that. That'd be fantastic. Nigel, Liam Manning in the chat tonight. Yes. And Ethan says, surprised Nev and Cara haven't gone for the job, seeing as they seem to know it all and what's best for United and their fans. I mean, Neville... Gary Neville does seem to lurch from one moment to the next to Manchester United are going to be in the top 4 and they're going to win a title and they're so close to how bad it is and how dreadful it is and he's not done this and he's not done that. And I think we have to remember that they're pundits and they will, to a degree, they'll say what gets views. They will hype up what gets views. And I realise I'm on stony ground saying that, but yeah, I just don't feel like Carragher and Neville necessarily voice exactly what they think all the time. The vast majority of the time, in fact, I think it's very much hyped up. Brendan says, has Wilfried Nancy impressed enough to be considered for the United job? Fingers crossed. And Twisted Fate said Jim was backing him, but then he took the board's side, meaning Wilcott, etc. Again, our board will be our downfall. If they truly were backing Amorim, they would have bought wing-backs. Neville agenda, yeah. Neville's paid to talk about certain selected things. He also, I mean, it's fair to say, so I don't know if you guys know or follow the Fanalysis app. I don't know if you have to be invited to it anymore, but you used to have to be invited to join this Fanalysis app, which is basically where smaller content creators, I think, get to voice their opinion, and if you do it regularly, you get on Sky Sports to voice your opinion on them little like segments with Jamie O'Hara and whatever. West Ham in the box, good block. And Gary Neville owns that app. Gary Neville owns that app, and he owns the overlap, doesn't he? Or he has massive shares in the overlap with Sky. So he profits massively from conversations that discuss and inflame certain sensitive subjects. And yeah, balance is never really the order of the day. That's a foul! Oh my God, ref, how have you not give that? Oh, ref, you've had a shocker there. That was a clear foul. Clear foul. An absolutely crystal clear foul. Davey says a double switch for Aberdeen now as Lazatic and Leighton Clarkson. What a player he was, by the way. I'd have Leighton Clarkson back at Liverpool at this moment. I'd have him over Alexis McAllister. Mr. Edward says the youth squads continue to play back four football, whereas the first team played a back three. Tells you all you need to know about the board's true confidence in Amorim. Yeah. Hey, another yellow card. Love that. Oh, is that to the manager? Oh. Does that count? Does that count as a yellow card? If the ref's showing it to the manager, does it count? Hopefully it does. I don't know if it does or not. Creed says, can I get in the Discord, by the way? Absolutely, mate. You're a member. You're a member. I know you might not. Maybe you'll fit with your donated membership, but you're a member. Yeah, absolutely, you're in the Discord. I've set the Discord up today, and I have got a phone SIM with a WhatsApp group, basically. So we'll have a WhatsApp group and we'll have a Discord group. And regulars and members and whatever will be in that. So that's the plan. It is, I think, the Discord group is synced up to YouTube, though. So if... This isn't me being a funny bugger, by the way. But if YouTube... I think Discord is linked up to YouTube. So that if your membership stops, you're taken off the Discord. But WhatsApp, I'm fine. WhatsApp, I actually actively want people in the WhatsApp. So... Maybe it's two separate things. Maybe it's a WhatsApp group and the Discord is for members only. I can't really make it any other way, but at least we will absolutely have a private footy chat. For us lot, we've all, we have our regulars now, don't we? It's good. I like it. Brendan says United hierarchy. Ineos would probably love to get Southgate in as an offensive safe yes man. And Aberdeen playing 3-3-4 now. Big chance for Aberdeen. I don't think I'm going to get this right, I don't think I'm going to get it in the end. I need some more shots on target. I need some more cards. West Ham, miles over the bar. Shocking. Shocking. Pablo. How much have they paid for him? Huh. That looks like money well spent, doesn't it? There's money well spent. How's your new centre-forward looking? Wins it back. Gets into the box. Head up. 2 points for Wigan. Twisted Fate says, Key would ban me from WhatsApp when Liverpool... Mate, I won't ban anyone. You know me, I won't ban anyone, I promise you. Creed, I don't know how to join. So it's not live yet. It isn't live yet, I promise you. I'm going to be putting it on... we'll have our community on YouTube. There's a community on YouTube. I'll be having all the stuff going in there tomorrow. So I promise you, join the live. It might not... I'll hope it's be tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the day after for the Arsenal game. That could be chaos, actually, because we'll get Arsenal fans joining it, won't we? I'll get it all. I promise you. I'll get all the WhatsApp and the Discord stuff in there so you can join. You'll have a way, I promise you. And if you don't know, or you haven't got it by maybe the end of the week... Message, let me know in the live and I'll give it to you. Chance. Oh, good shot on target from Dominguez. That's another shot on target. It's coming. Come on. Two shots on target for Aberdeen now. I only need one more. One more. And hopefully that Nuno card is counted, and then I only need 1 card. How many shots do I need in this, though? 5. I need 2 more. I need 2 shots in this and 1 card. 2 to be safe. Davey Aberdeen's do. I don't need any cards in that one. Captain Spurs, how do you join the WhatsApp group? There'll be a link. There'll be a link to join it, mate. I've bought a SIM today. The SIM is going to go in this phone, business only phone, and then you'll be able to join it, and we'll all be able to chat through the day, and you'll be able to get involved in other stuff that we're doing. Creed Van Crow says, yeah, if you do a community post for members, that should work. Yes, perfect. You'll see it. Good ball. Bowen into the box. Oh, why didn't you shoot then? Ah, so frustrating. Creed Van Crow, come on, Forrest, get up. Near post, headed behind. Oh, let me just grab this water. Right, I'm back. I've not missed out, have I? West Ham in the box. Must be. Pull it. Oh, it's a shot on target. It's 2. That's 2 shots on target. That's it. I've done it. Come on. Right, there you go. That's got to count as 2. Surely that counts as 2. Oh. Just need cards now. He's on. He's onside there. That's 1 shot. And that's 2. Perfect. There you go. That's it. I've done it. For shots on target. I now just need a card in this game. And hopefully an Aberdeen shot on target. Oh, card in this one. Shot on target in Aberdeen, please. Captain Spurs says, have you heard of the app Dabble? You should do a group on that and then we can see your bets and all share accas. Yeah, let's do it. I do use that, by the way, yeah. Scottish GHK says Dyche needs to make subs as needed, not minutes on the clock. It's going to be another corner, I think. As the clock passes 70 minutes, Rangers combine well in the left. We don't need Rangers. I need an Aberdeen shot on target. Aberdeen shot on target makes me a very happy boy. If we can get that, plus a yellow card in this game. Ball floated over to the far side. Off the corner. Mayers gives it away. Come on, drag him down. Oh, ref, that's uncalled for, that. Out of order. Oh, no. Managers shown to... Cards shown to managers don't count. Bah, Stewards. So I need 2 cards. I need 2 cards. This isn't going to happen, is it? Hopefully there's a flurry of cards towards the end. Grim. Twisty Face says Dyche ball used to be terrifying to play against, but it's looking like easy games recently. He's dropped off. And 3 stars said I have a word for him, Shell, and it's certainly not stubborn. Well, into the last 12, like I said, it feels like if anything, West Ham are pushing on now, but subs coming on as well for West Ham. Here's Bowen. Creed says someone's getting a yellow key. I need 2. I need 2 yellows now because I thought I only needed 1. But no, apparently the card for Nuno Santo won't count. I thought it might, but it doesn't. I need 2 yellow cards in this one now. Which I think that's probably not going to happen. If we get a yellow in the next 5 minutes, maybe. Somerville, Bowen. That's a foul, ref. Oh, Nuno's not happy. Good tackle. Well done. Poor that from Igor Jesus. Honestly, 3-star. How are you tolerating him? He's garbage. That Igor Jesus, from an attacking point of view, he's a liability. Doesn't score enough, but he gives the ball away so cheaply there. That's unforgivable for me. Here we go. Matías Fernandes coming off. Who's this coming on for West Ham? Is it Potts? No? Yeah, Freddie Potts. Freddie Potts. Another shot on target for Aberdeen. Yes. Perfect. Cheers for that, Davey. There you go. I've got me 2.5 shots on Aberdeen. Brilliant. Right now, it's just 2 yellow cards in this one, please, sir. 2 yellow cards makes Key a very, very happy boy. They're in. Bowen. Drag him down. Nigel, I certainly am a Norwich fan, but I do love the Liverpool sense of humour and dislike for Arsenal. Jake says, how can Dyche go from beating us to nearly getting sacked? It's a standard. Absolute standard. That's the Liverpool way, that. We're great at giving sacked managers or about to be sacked managers a help. Amorim beat us. Amorim beat us. I mean, if Ange had stuck around long enough, he'd have probably beat us. West Ham ball in. Far post. Bowen. Miles wide. Miles wide. Give that keeper a card for wasting time. 3-star says they're all dead on their feet, Key, and Nuno knows this and changes it. Dyche, after that 8 million payout, he stinks. Look at them West Ham fans. They look miserable. They look absolutely miserable. I mean, it's not really surprising. That's a very, very cold, wet, dour place to watch football. The stadium's half empty. The team's not really giving you anything to get behind. It's not a good place, not a happy place to be. Brendan says, Freddie Potts. If that's not a name that was destined to play for West Ham, I don't know what is. Freddie Potts. Shannon Adams, who will take over in Amorim's place? It looks like it's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer until the end of the season, and then maybe long term. Who knows? Maybe Oliver Glasner. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We don't know. Jake says Maresca beat us as well. It's just the Liverpool way. That's it, Jake. Captain Spurs says back were late winner for the Forest incoming. Well, could he take his top off when he scores it, please? That would be most helpful. If we could get some awful yellow cards here. Could do with a scuffle, really. Could do with a scuffle breaking out and both teams getting a player booked. A little bit of back and forth, a little bit of a shove. Ref goes over. Card to you, card to you. That's what we want. Something like that late on in the game, please. Honestly, it's absolutely... If there's 2 yellow cards in these, I've already given up. But if there's 2 yellow cards in these last couple of minutes... I'll be windmilling it. No key, somebody's Enrique, you gave me the hope, I'm ready to be hurt. Shannon says, Man United again to stress. Come on, West Ham. Right, well, it's a free kick to Forest, edge of the box. Could there be? Elliot Anderson. Oh, it's going to go. Is it going to go for the corner? No. Mayers gets it away. He's nothing like Reece James. He looks like him, but he's really not. Captain, if I bet on over 2.5 cards, I shall book him every challenge. That's basically where I am with it as well. That was a card. Get him booked, ref. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Clear yellow card, that. Shannon, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan, Shannon. Shay says, big last near 10 minutes this is for both managers and clubs. Draw ain't good for either, really. No, a draw isn't good enough for either, I would agree. But also, they can't really afford to lose. Like, that's a yellow card and a penalty, that, isn't it? Is that not a yellow card? If they're going to check it, I think this might be a penalty. This might be a penalty for West Ham. Sorry, for Forest. Keeper comes out, doesn't get anything on it. He's wiped him out. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's going to be a penalty to Forest. Oh, my goodness me. Penalty to Forest. Oh, I really, really hope there's going to be a massive kick-off here from West Ham. I hope there's a huge kick-off and they go and shout at the ref and he gives the penalty and they both get cards. Come on. It's a clear penalty. It is a pen. The keeper's... Do you know what this is? Do you remember Onana against Wolves? I think it was on his debut for United. And it wasn't given at Old Trafford. There was a ball and it was Friday night football, Old Trafford, first day of the season, Onana's debut, right? The ball came in and Onana went like that, double-fisted, went like that and he punched a Wolves player in the head. Didn't get any of the ball. And the referee didn't give it. He didn't even give it. That is the same thing. He comes out and he cleans him out and get any of the ball. It's a clear pen. It's a penalty kick. Away you go. But I hope you scream at him. And I hope you get a yellow card for dissent. It's a pen. 3-star, you've got it. Book him. Book him. No, book him. Go on, give him abuse. Give him a booking. Go on, ref. Give him a booking. Give him a booking. He scores it and he goes and takes his top off when he scores it. Come on. Give him a card. Look at Nuno there. Oh, come on, Areola. Yeah, scream at him. Spit at him. Do something. Anything. It is a clear pen. It is. The ball comes out. The keeper goes like that to punch it away and he gets none of the ball and he smashes into Gibbs White. It is a pen. It is a pen. It's a nailed-on pen. Nuno Santo's absolutely devastated here, but this might be the end of him. It might be the end of Nuno. And Gibbs White, who was the player fouled, is now going to take up responsibility for putting this one away. Oh, goodness me. This is pressure. This is pressure. 1 win in 6. 5 defeats in the last 6. Forest stepping up to take it. Morgan Gibbs White, how'd you like it? Don't do a silly Panenka. Do not do a silly Panenka. Morgan Gibbs White. Up he steps. Right-footed. I think this one's going down the centre of the goal. Gibbs White v Areola. Oh, it is down the centre of the goal, and it's 2-1. And Forest are going to pinch 3 points. Let's have a top off. Any chance? No. Bastard. Not going to get 2 yellow cards in the last 2 minutes here, are we? Jake says, see you later, Nuno. Painful for West Ham, says Shay. Oh, it's absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Forest have pinched it. Nuno Santo's devastated. He's absolutely devastated here. There's just not a lot more to say about it. It's a great effort down the middle of the goal. And, yeah, Forest, they've pinched it late on. How many minutes added on at the end, though? That's going to be the question. Is it going to be... Yeah, Dyche, here you go. Focus now. That's what he's saying. Get in, Sir Sean Dyche. I am not two-faced, honest. Poor Nuno. Bloody hell. Look at that. That's damning. That is what gets managers sacked. Streaming for the exit, the West Ham fans. Absolutely streaming for the exits, and that might just be that. Rohale says West Ham just aren't staying up, are they? Not with Nuno. No, not with Nuno. I think there might be time to pull the trigger on that one. But maybe, listen, there's still time here at the end. We said 2-2. That was my prediction. Maybe there's still time. How many extra minutes are we going to get, ref? Surely it's about 8 or 9. It's got to be a lot of minutes. How many minutes? 7. 7 added minutes. Oh, how'd you like it? 7 added minutes. And I need 2 cards. I need 2 yellow cards. Don't think I'm going to get them. Not in 7 minutes. It would be wonderful if I did. Ball to the far post. Headed away. Oh, that's a wonderful turn. Brendan says, don't worry, Key. Freddie Potts will start some Barney Rubble. Have VAR on the old dog and bone to the ref for some yellows. Yeah, look at Sullivan there up the old apples and pears. Captain Spurs says it's always the same when you need bookings. Ref shy. Yeah, crazy, innit? Crazy. It's the one thing that's going to let me down yet again. Fucking bookings. Stay away from bookings. Not doing bookings anymore. I've had some good wins though recently. Rohale says, is it me or are stoppage times longer than they used to be decades ago? Oh, absolutely they are. Yeah, loads longer. Backward off. And Morato on. There you go. Winger off for Forest. Centre-back on. Hopefully Dyche has sent him on with a clear instruction to go on and kick anything above grass. Savage U says, hate this club. Why? Why'd you hate it? Finner says, come on, Forest, hold on. I said 2 on Forest earlier. What are you doing? You can't keep going backwards. They're just going to get pumping it in the box here. Now, this is where they're going to lose patience, these West Ham players, because they'll defend that all day, Forest. Yeah, he's not getting that. He's not getting that. Reece says, Jesus wept. My boys really do have 1 foot and 4 toes. Book in the Championship. Wake me up in August. Burnley and West Ham going down. I love it, says Creed Van Crow. Fergie time was 4 minutes. Now that's the minimum, correct? Yeah. It's doubled, basically, isn't it? The amount of games that are getting, like, double figures as added time. 4 minutes left now, sorry. Just the 2 cards needed in 4 minutes. Come on, let's have a big scuffle. Let's have a big bust up at the end. Please. Any chance? That's a foul, ref. That's a foul. That's a foul. We'll have a booking for him. Jordan says, Key, I need honest updates. How are Forest playing? Terrible. But they're in front. West Ham have probably been the better side over the course of the game, but Forest have been given a penalty. It probably was a penalty, but it was gifted to them, if we're being dead honest, by the West Ham goalkeeper. He comes out and he cleans him out. Here's a yellow card. There you go. There's one. There's one. Let's have 2, please, sir. Let's have 2, please, sir. And any chance of one more? They've got 1 yellow card. Let's have a 1 for time wasting as well, please. Kyle Walker-Peters, disgusting. Should have been a red. There's 1 booking. I need cards, Rohale. Yeah, I need 1 more card in this game for 100 quid. 1 more card. Only got 3 minutes to get it, though. Oh. Sure, the keeper took too long on that kick then, didn't he? Come on. Kick the ball away or something. Anything. Jordan, I need Forest. Last thing on my bet. I'm gritting my teeth. I saw the penalty in the tunnel. And Finner says, do you think the 3 at the bottom now are going down? It's hard to argue against it. Forest are now 7 points clear of West Ham. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul, ref. That's a foul and a yellow card. Are we going to check that one? Come on. Don't give him a warning. There's 2.5 minutes left. Give him a booking. Mouth off. Anything. Spit at him. Bite him. Suarez. Davey says, warm applause for Connor Barron as the Rangers midfielder departs. Max Aarons is on for the last throws of the game. Right, this keeper's taking the piss, ref. Give him a card. Wasting the time. Shocking. Throw in. No yellow with VAR. It's disgusting, isn't it? The game's gone. What is the game coming to? Next 6 fixtures for West Ham. Look at that. QPR in the FA Cup. Spurs, Sunderland, Chelsea, Burnley, United. That's a tough run of games, that. It's not getting easier. Give him a kick. That's a foul and a yellow card. Easy, ref. That's a yellow. Yes, a yellow. Yes, it's a yellow. Yes. How'd you like it, son? Yes, Mavropanos. Mwah, much love. There you go. Shay says the yellows after the whistle count if Nuno kicks off. I don't need him now. I've got it. There you go. Konstantinos Mavropanos. My favourite Greek. Honduras says, come on, ref. Davy Moyes says, Leighton Clarkson thinks he's found a late lifeline for Aberdeen, but his shot hits the defender and spins just off target. Oh, it's lovely stuff. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Rohale, if you're winning 1-0 and there are 3 minutes left, do you push forward, employ dark tactics and time waste? Well, and Jake says, I'm telling you that bottom 3 are all going down. Well, there's only 30 seconds left here now. 30 seconds to go. Finish, do you think this is the end of Nuno now? Look at that stadium. Look at them empty seats. There's only about 12 fans left. This is literally last chance saloon now. It's got to go in the box. It's got to go in the box here. Far post. Why are you trying to get Kyle Walker-Peters to win a header? Oh, you absolute Jaffa cake. Look at Dyche. Take it to the corner. Take it to the corner. Oh my God. He's never playing for Dyche again. He's never playing for Dyche again, he goes, Jesus. But there you go. It's full time. Nuno and Dyche shake hands, but Nuno looks absolutely devastated. He is on the cusp. They're now 7 points behind in that race for staying up. Ariola's having words with the referee. He doesn't think it was a penalty, but I've got to be honest, I don't know how you can say that wasn't a pen. Crazy decision from the goalkeeper to come out. He comes out, flying out, double-fisted, and he clears out Morgan Gibbs-White. It's the clearest penalty you're ever likely to see. For me, that was a clear pen, and Forest get the win. I don't necessarily think they deserve the win. West Ham, for me, were the better team for large parts. They created lots of chances, but then again, you could say, well, Forest hit the bar in the first half. They've scored 2 goals. The only goal West Ham scored was an own goal. So maybe I'm being harsh. Ultimately, 3 points is 3 points. Forest won't care how they've got it. 2-1 to Forest. Great result. And that's it. And now we're on to tomorrow's games. Tomorrow we have got a massive, massive game. I'm only doing one, but we're technically going to be covering 2. So I'm doing tomorrow night, Manchester United against Burnley. Absolutely huge game at Turf Moor. It's the first game we're going to see of this newfangled Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't be the manager, I don't believe. It'll be Fletcher and Johnny Evans, won't it, tomorrow? So we'll be watching that tomorrow night. Johnny Evans and Fletcher to see exactly how they get on against Burnley. But I'm going to be live from 7 o'clock. So what we're going to do is I'm going to watch the first half of Everton Wolves at 7:30 kickoff. And then when that goes off at half time, 8:15, we'll watch United away at Turf Moor. And then we'll switch back. But yeah, loads of good footy on tomorrow. We're only 2 days away from Liverpool Arsenal. But for tomorrow, we are just going to focus on Man United and Burnley. I will also be doing a live. If anyone wants to... I can't even be doing a live because I'm banned on TikTok. I can't even do a live. Never mind. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Have a lovely, lovely night. Lots of love. Thank you for everyone that's liked and subscribed. Please do. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take it easy. See you soon.